Hello, Channelview readers. My name is Miss Holzaepfel, and I'm the librarian at Harvey Brown Elementary School, and I'm here to read you a bedtime story. We're going to read the book, Help Wanted, Must Love Books. The author of this book is Janet Sumner Johnson, and the artwork is by Courtney Dawson. I hope you enjoy it. Unlike most kids, Shaylee loved bedtime. She'd shimmy into her PJs, brush her sparkling smile, then raid the bookshelf for the perfect bedtime story. Her dad would squish into the rocker beside her, and they'd read until her eyelids refused to stay open. This arrangement worked perfectly. Until her dad got a new job. Finally, Shaylee reached her limit. "You're fired," she announced. She put up a job notice first thing the next morning. Help wanted, bedtime storyteller, must love books, apply within. Interviews begin promptly at 6:30 p.m. And she began interviews shortly before bedtime. The fierce competition scared off the first 3 applicants. The next applicant brought her 7 bodyguards, which was fine until Shaylee offered them snacks. "Don't eat that. It's the Wicked Queen in disguise." Do you recognize some of these characters? Shaylee refused to interview any other applicants that night. Before going to bed, she added a line to her job notice. Individual applicants only. The next night, the first applicant seemed delightful until he ran away with the book. "Run, run as fast as you can." "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I hear the yawn of a tired one." Shaylee refused to come out from under her bed to interview applicant number 2. Sorry. In the morning, Shaylee changed her sign again. Human applicants only. At the next interview, Shaylee's ears prickled right up. The applicant could spin tales that kept her on pins and needles. She was just about to offer her the job when the woman zonked out mid-sentence. The second girl was very particular about where she would sit. "This beanbag's too soft. This chair is too hard. This bed is just right." Shaylee had low expectations for the next round of interviews, But the first applicant had a very impressive resume. Her voice was musical. She could stay up past midnight, and she was obviously human. The two of them had a ball until Shaylee noticed the sooty fingerprints all over her favorite book. The second applicant hooked her right away. His storytelling gave her goosebumps, as did the gunk between his teeth. She added to the application, solid hygiene skills required. Shaylee despaired over ever finding a replacement for her dad. Until one final job seeker showed up. He looked kind of familiar, and his voice was just right. Best of all, he smelled like strawberries and chocolate chip cookies. So Shaylee offered him the job on one condition: off limits during bedtime stories. I hope you enjoyed our story, Help Wanted, Must Love Books. Good night, especially to my bobcats.